Ice-T, shout out Ice-T. Yeah. Let go. Hey.
So one thing we didn't kind of talk about this, but because I think the writing's on the wall, and for Triple G, how ultimately how do you think that his career is going to be viewed?
Well, and keep in mind, Jim Lampley, in the lead up to the Canelo fight, he stated that if Gennady Golovkin does not beat Canelo Alvarez, his career is a failure. And keep in mind, Jim Lampley, it ain't no hater. You know how they call you Errol Spence hater? Jim Lampley is not no hater. Hold on. We're going to get to that later. But Jim Lampley is not a Gennady Golovkin hater. That's his biggest supporter. But he thought Gennady Golovkin was going to win the Canelo match. Yeah. That's why he stated that. However, even though Gennady Golovkin had the chance to prove himself, he ended up losing that match. He was supposed to fight Mexican style, but he ended up fighting Muhammad Ali style. Just the way he fought against Derevyanchenko. He threw, I don't know if you know, but Derevyanchenko landed 239 punches, I believe. That's the highest count punches that been landed on Gennady Golovkin. Yeah. So that being said, I believe he got exposed because every time he stepped up, he fought different. He looked bad. He get exposed. For example, Daniel Jacob. That's his first step-up fight. After 20 title defenses, he ended up getting exposed in that fight. A lot of people felt Jacob won, including me. The first time he fought Canelo, it was a draw. Second time, he lost to Canelo. Then he fought a couple bums. Didn't want to fight the like of Charlos and Andrade. And now he fight Derevyanchenko. Another loss in the book, in my opinion. They gave him a gift decision because the zone had it for Golovkin one round up, even though that's their cash cow. They paid him all this money. So they're not trying to lose out on all this money. That's why Gennady Golovkin won the fight last night. It's due to politics why Gennady Golovkin won the fight last night. It's not because of his skill. It's not because he is a good boy. None of that. It's because of politics and the investment that the zone invested on him. And Derevyanchenko was an Al Haymon fighter, so it didn't make no sense for them to let an Al Haymon fighter come defeat Gennady Golovkin and steal the strap and go unify with Charlo. So they were like, you know what? We're going to do what we always do, which, you know.
You know who's probably sitting back and smiling right now?
Who? Canelo.
His former trainer.
Oh, yeah.
Sergiy. So I ultimately think that his career is going to be viewed as a failure. And I'm trying to think of his most significant win. And
what is it?
They're probably going to say Jacobs.
Lemieux? Like, he didn't even really win that fight. I'm talking about a fight where he won convincingly, like without any.
Like, not Lemieux. He's a very limited fighter. He's been exposed by. I think that Billy Saunders just exposed him.
Yeah, but
showed how limited he was.
You said Daniel Jacob, but people thought Daniel Jacob won the fight. Like, so how is that a good win?
It is, but for example, when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Marvin Hagler, a lot of people, that was a thing, but it's still credited as a win for Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah. Now I see what you're saying, but Hagler was a monster and Sugar Ray was moving up in weight. You know, but Daniel Jacob was a guy who got knocked out before leading up to that fight, and Golovkin was the destroyer. So Jacob edging it, and they gave it to Golovkin because they wanted the Canelo fight. I mean, if Golovkin lost at the time, it's the same situation now. Yeah. Oh, they wanted the Canelo fight. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And at the time, he didn't even fight Canelo yet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I see what you're saying, though. I understand because it's a win, but at the end of the day, it's still a bad look.
Yeah, you know? I just think when you just go over his career record and look back on it, it's just going to be almost a failure to launch. With that said, I think that he's going to have I don't think he's going to have that hard of a time landing a fight with Canelo. Right now we're not sure what Canelo's going to do, so he's going to have to put on a substantial amount of muscle to compete at the 175, which is the light heavyweight limit, and then to be able to come back down there. I think he's gonna view it that I'm gonna make money regardless. So I'm not gonna. So, but we might see a trilogy fight at 168. So don't be surprised if that comes in.
I mean, it's like this, man. As far as what he does in the future, it won't matter if he's not willing to fight Andre, Charlo, and win those fights.
No way.
You know what I'm saying? Now, it's funny you bring up his old trainer. You know, his old trainer used to ride or die for him. He's what kept Gennady Golovkin relevant and hyped him up, and like he was arguing with Dante, and Dante used to like put him on the spot, and this dude put his reputation on the line for Gennady Golovkin. Yeah. And what he do with his trainer, he threw him under the bus as soon as he got a little cash. So that was kind of a low blow by Gennady Golovkin. You know, he act like he this good person, but as an honorable man, that you see this guy ride or die for you on more than one occasion, put his reputation on the line, and look bad in the media, and all of a sudden you don't want to pay him 10% of what he deserved as a trainer. You want to pay him 5%. So, you know, that was kind of a low blow by Gennady Golovkin. But the reason why his career is a failure, you know, a lot of people say, oh, how is his career a failure when he made all this money, when he defended his title this many times, you know what I'm saying? But if you comparing him to a Dominic Wade, obviously his career is not a failure. You know what I'm saying? But if we comparing him to what the media hyped him up to be, like media had this dude as
it's one of the greatest middleweights.
Yeah, man, they put him on the list of the past 25 fighters of the past 25 years when he didn't even fight nobody at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like they was placing him there off imagination. On top of fighters like Prince Nassim Hamed, Barrera, Morales, all these great fighters. He skipped all these guys, and he ain't fought nobody at the time, right? And now he getting exposed, making them look bad. And according to Jim Lampley, his biggest supporter, his career is a failure. I know he didn't anticipate the loss to Canelo, but he didn't even fight Canelo how he should have fought him with that Mexican style, and still lost that fight. Now that being said,
he's gonna. I just want one thing. Yeah, he's gonna take a deep dive on the pound for pound list. So
he ain't even on it no more. I mean, people don't believe that shit no more. You know why? It's because Sanchez, like I said, used to hype him up, and then they were promoting the Canelo fight for the longest. Then he lost the Canelo fight. Then he ducked the Andrade and Charlo and all the big names or relevant names. And as soon as he fights somebody, he look exposed. So ain't nobody believing in the Gennady Golovkin hype train anymore. You know what I'm saying? People is off that.
I see, shut I see. Yeah. Let go. Hey.